what Jesus did not do strategically to build team. I think that Jesus chose 12 disciples that were not known in the society, people from the community that were going to be relatable to the rest of the Jewish people. He also strategically chose them to not be scholars, to not be professionals of the word, so people can see the power of God through them and see that the knowledge and understanding that they have and the authority which they were speaking of and with was only a work of the Spirit. Jesus strategically didn't micromanage the disciples in every move. He chose to not go with them when he sent them 2 by 2s, and he gave them the opportunity to go and do what they would do without much instruction other than what they had seen and heard Jesus say and do. They were to use their own gifts in their own way. They were to try in their own thinking. They were to grow in what they could do with only a focus, which was the example that Jesus had showed them. I'm sure that Jesus had many conversations, many private conversations with the disciples, and he discipled them one by one. But somehow, what he did and what he said in public was outstanding enough that we don't read in any of the Gospels that Jesus said to one of them, the writers. There was no private conversation shared. That everything that he did was important enough and powerful enough that they didn't care to share private conversations or small details of knowing Jesus. They only cared to share what God, Jesus, in the flesh, had done and said to the community. That was what was important. And he, Jesus, strategically did what he did, so it will not stand out just what he told each other, each one. Jesus strategically spoke in parables, so each disciple and every person that heard him can make a thought and understanding, can take it the way they're supposed to. They can relate in a way as the word we read. We read the stories and it relates to us in different ways than the next person. And then I think that he strategically taught in parables so each disciple can develop according to their heart and what they were being in their lives and what they were going through in their lives, just as we do. Jesus strategically did not exalt himself in his teachings, did not make himself a name. He always pointed at the Father. It was always the purpose to restore the people with his stories to the Father. He strategically did everything that he did so everyone around him could grow in a comfortable way and in a way that God had called them. Jesus wasn't trying to make cookie cutter disciples, but he was trying to expand and reach out and make different parts of the body in each one of them. And he accomplished that. I think that's all I can share today. Thank you and have a good evening.